So I had the opportunity to walk my talk this week in terms of seeing how I can completely lose balance with my equanimity and then come back into it. There's a lot of wildlife getting your attention.
They're very territorial hummingbirds.
We filled up the hummingbird feeder.
Aggressive little buggers. They keep attacking each other.
Anyway,
sorry, moving swiftly on.
Angus is such a good listener.
Okay, carry on.
So we were at a radio show interview this week, and we get in there, and you have to wear headphones when you're doing a radio show interview. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I don't think I've ever been interviewed on the
Okay.
radio. Or I've been interviewed, but not in real life. Like not. I haven't been in person.
You were in an imaginary interview.
I was in a dream. I haven't been in-person radio. I've only done it over the computer or
Okay,
the
not
phone.
in a studio.
Not in a studio, that's it. So they probably can't even hear the hummingbird.
Probably not.
You've got Tourette's or something. So we were at a radio show interview.
Yes, radio show interview.
And I had to put earphones on, and when I put them on, the music was really loud, and I just got this jolt of adrenaline, and it really kind of shook me up. And I asked them, I said, do I have to wear the headphones, because it was kind of freaking me out? And they said, yes, you have to wear the headphones. And I was like, I tried putting them back on again, and I started to get panicky. And then I looked around the room, and it's a radio show, and it's a soundproof room with no windows and the doors shut. And I start to feel really claustrophobic. And so then I look at Angus, and I say, Angus, I'm having a panic attack. Maybe you're gonna have to do the interview alone.
That was not going to happen.
And so then the sound person says 6 minutes, and I run out of the room and say, I'm just gonna get some water. So I went out and got some water, and I could hear all of the noise in my head in terms of
Carry on. Carry on. I was thinking about another episode of you having a panic attack.
What were you thinking
No,
about?
finish your story.
So anyway, I managed to slightly pull myself together, and I get back into the room, and then I'm still having my heart's beating fast, my mouth is dry, my palms are wet, and I'm like, am I going to be able to do this? Am I just going to freak out in this radio interview, or what's going to happen here? And Angus is being very calm and very reassuring, and he's like, I'm sure you can do this, you're going to be fine. And I just saw I have a choice.
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass. That what does it matter that I'm having all of these symptoms? Why not just keep going and see what happens? And so that's what I did. I just kept going, and it just completely dissipated. As soon as I wasn't caught up in that thinking, I was back to my natural state, having a conversation with these people and Angus. And then halfway through the interview, all of it started happening again, and I'm like, well, I'll just ride it out. And that was, I thought it was a good interview.
Yeah, and that was impressive because I didn't even notice that you had another episode halfway through the interview. I was just thinking there was another time years ago, probably in one of my less conscious states,
No.
when we were at Disneyland.
Oh, yes.
And you had a panic attack when we got into, I think, what was it?
It was the submarine.
No, there was a submarine, but there was also
Oh, that was a different
the
time at
haunted
Disneyland.
house.
Yeah, that was
the
another
haunted house,
time.
and everyone gets into an elevator, and they shut the doors, and they start to go down, and we're literally going down in the elevator, and you're grabbing my arm, and the kids are very small at this point. I say, Angus, I'm having a panic attack. And I think my stock reply was, what on earth do you expect me to do? I'm going to stop the elevator or something? What? I don't think it was very nice at that point. I was panicking because I had no answer for it all.
Well, what was happening that time is I was holding one of our daughters who had her arms around my neck really tight, and so I was trying to get your attention so you could take her.
Yeah. No, I just had no idea
But
how I was going to play my way out of that one.
That was an opportunity for me to be more clear in my communication. Instead of telling you I was having a panic attack, I should have said, take our daughter.
Right. I guess panic attacks and you were a fairly unknown entity to me at that point.
Well, fortunately, I don't have them very often, but I can have those moments where I get claustrophobic once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've really ever had a panic attack. I can only think of episodes of panic, which are isolated panic attacks. And the one that comes most to mind was years ago when I was doing film extra work to supplement my meager photographic assistant income. And it so happens at the time that I had a South African girlfriend, and she was worried that she was pregnant. Anyway, I confided in a friend of mine, and told him, what was going on. Anyway, he had a dad who was an actor, and had told him he had shared this story with him. And it just so happens that I'd also mentioned that I was going to be doing this job on the Monday, and it so happens that his father we had an acting gig on this very same movie that I was just a lowly extra in. Anyway, so cut a long story short, I get to the location. It's literally just past sunrise, and I'm standing there with a group of extras. We're standing there in the freezing cold, sipping coffee, and this limo pulls up, and the location is at this really grand, stately home, and this limo comes up this gravel driveway. And this very distinguished-looking gentleman gets out and makes a beeline to the group that I'm talking with, and he comes up to the group, and he says, "I'm looking for Angus Ross. Do you know where I might find him?" And does this really great South African accent, unlike me. And I'm like, "Yeah. I'm Angus. What is it? What's going on? He says, "I want a word with you. Come with me." And I'm like, "What the heck?" I just didn't know how. I just didn't know what was going on. It just felt so random and bizarre to me. And so he takes me to one side, and I said, "What is it?" And he says, "I'm Carrie's father. She's pregnant. I want to know what you're going to do about it." And I swear my legs went to jelly. They literally, they buckled underneath me. I was almost like I was ready to faint. And I guess he saw that, and he just broke out in fits of laughter. But it was the first time I had that experience of just, legs going to jelly. Have you ever had that? You've been that afraid? It wasn't like it was just sheer panic, because I just didn't know how to play it or what to do. It wasn't even, I don't know, I wasn't even in fear. Maybe I was in fear of my life. Maybe I thought he was like some sort of South African policeman or something. But yes, it's amazing what our thinking can do. And in that situation, my thinking was running riot.
And she wasn't pregnant?
And she wasn't pregnant at all, no.
That's a relief.
No. Yeah, but that's a story that I've never been able to forget.
So the teaching point is wear a condom if you don't want to get pregnant.
Yes, that's what we planned. That's how we thought we would end this particular segment. I can't wait to see the byline. Always wear a condom, or other anti-pregnancy items. I think it's called birth control, isn't it? Okay, I think we're done.
Bye.
Bye.